Hey guys, Elena and Adam here from B1 Yoga. We want to make sure that you guys get your home practice in while we are apart. So today we're going to be doing a 30-minute Vinyasa flow. And let's go ahead and give this a shot.
Let's do it. All right, so home to the back of your mat. We'll find a child's pose. So starting off in child's pose today, come to the back of the mat, bring the toes together, knees opening wide. Arms reaching forward and settling in. So child's pose, if child's pose doesn't feel good for your body today, you can take an embryo pose, which is knees and ankles together, arms reaching behind you, or just something more comfortable for you. So we're just trying to find a place to find our breath. So from your child's pose or your opening resting pose, settle in here. Might be a good place to set an intention if you want to set an intention for your practice. Maybe set a mantra if that feels okay. From here, let's exhale all the air out of your lungs. We'll draw a big, full breath into the nose. Big inhale, full breath. Top of your breath, big open mouth sigh, exhale. Beautiful, a couple more like that. Big inhale through the nose, full breath in. Big open mouth exhale. One more time, big strong inhale. Feel it all the way into your tailbone, full breath in. Big sigh, exhale. As soon as that breath leaves, engage the core, seal the lips, inhale through the nose, finding our first of many Ujjayi breaths. Strong inhale. Lips stay sealed, top of the breath, exhale through the nose. You're in full control of this breath. Now it's a couple more like that. Big inhale through the nose, pull the breath in. And then when you're ready, push the breath out through your nose. One more time, big breath in. Your exhale. Now keeping that idea of Ujjayi breath, next inhale, let's go up to all fours. Come to your hands and knees. So now putting some more weight into our major joints. Take a few moments here, rock the weight side to side, feel your shoulders and hips, see what's going on with your body today. And then coming back to center. Re-engage the core, seal the lips. We'll go through some cats and cows. So on your inhale, let's lift the head up, tail up, drop the belly, lift the chest. And then the exhale, head and tail curl under. Upper back starts to press up towards the ceiling. Inhale, head up, tail up, full extension of the upper body. Exhale, head and tail curl under. A couple more breaths. Find your breaths. Inhales, head up, tail up. Exhale, head and tail curl under. One more time, your breath. Right, after that last exhale, come back to a neutral spine. We'll curl the toes and find our way into our first downward dog. All right, settle into your downward dog, heels up down towards the ground. Then start to bend the feet left and right. Find some movement. And then putting some more weight into your major joints, start to assess how you're feeling. So how the shoulders, how the hips feel. Still maintaining your breath, take a deep breath in. Big exhale. All right, let's step the feet together behind us. Inhale, lift the right leg high. Bend the knee, open up, finding a half scorpion. Couple breaths here. You can rotate through the ankle, point and flex the toes, but try to keep your right shoulder pressing down. All right, inhale, straighten that right leg, square the hips. Exhale, knee to nose, first to two. All right, one more time. Inhale, lengthen right leg. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over the wrists, flex the toes, step between the hands, crescent moon pose. Drop the back knee, stabilize your hips, and rise up and settle. Arms reaching high, pinky fingers rotate in towards each other, and then settle into your hips. Left hip is starting to track forward, so that's our stability here. Beautiful. Now keeping your stable hips, inhale, shift the gaze up, and we'll take a back bend on the exhale. Bend the elbows, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Maintain that distance forward with your left hip. Squeezing actively in the upper back, one more breath. Then change, inhale, draws us back up. Half splits, Ardha Hanuman, hands frame the front foot. Straighten that front leg and sit back towards your back heel. And then start to really work on that right hamstring. Lengthening on the inhales, finding depth on your exhales. One more breath. All right, now both hands frame that right foot. Slowly, next inhale, come forward, step all the way top of the mat, feet together, forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Soft bend of the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms high. And once the palms touch, gentle back bend. Bend the elbows, squeeze the shoulder blades together behind us. Press the hips forward. Take one more breath. And then change. Slowly rise up on the inhale. Soft bend of the knees. Fold down on the exhale. Hands to the mat, halfway lift, inhale. High plank. Plant the hands, step back and hold your high planks. Pausing here, you can come down to your knees if you need to, finding movement if that feels okay. One more breath. Downward dog on the exhale. Lift the hips, settle back in. Nice, step the feet together. Inhale, left leg lifts high. Let's bend the knee, open up, half scorpion. Point and flex through the toes, round through the ankle, whatever feels good. Keep the left shoulder down and back. Beautiful. Inhale, straighten left leg. Exhale, knee to nose, first to two, squeeze and pause. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose, hang out here, flex the toes, step between the hands, crescent moon pose, drop the back knee. Inhale, lift up, and then start to settle it. This time the right hip is pressing forward, pinky fingers rotate in towards each other. And then shifting the gaze up, taking your gentle back bend on the exhale, bending through the elbows, squeeze the shoulder blades together behind you. Inhale brings us up. Half splits Ardha Hanuman, plant the hands, straighten the front leg. You can sit back towards the back heel. Think about lengthening that left leg on the inhale and folding on the exhale. One more breath. And then change. Inhale comes forward. Plant the left foot, right foot steps next to it, forward fold top of the mat. And then we'll separate the feet hip distance apart. Take a gentle shoulder rinse. Hands interlace at your lower back, gentle bend to the knees. Take a little halfway lift on the inhale, get some length. And on your exhale, forward fold. And you can do that a couple more times or stay in here in your shoulder rinse, whatever feels good for you, but find a good, nice rinse. Take one more breath. And then release the hands down towards the mat. We'll step the feet back together. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle sweep the arms high. Palms touch, another gentle back bend on the exhale, squeeze into the shoulder blades, hips pressing forward, lighten up through the toes, pressure into the heels. One more breath. And change, inhale, rise up, palms touch, soften the knees, fold on the exhale, all the way down towards the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. High plank, plant the hands, step back and hold your planks. So a few breaths here to find some movement, some engagement to the shoulders, engagement to your forearms. And then we'll go through a modified Chaturanga. So on the inhale, hinge forward, shoulders past the wrist, drop the knees towards the mat, elbows hug the ribs, and then we'll lower down halfway. Pause here, shoulders, elbows in line, and release all the way down to the mat, chin and chest to the mat, untuck the toes. Inhale, low cobra, elbows squeeze in as you lift up. Take about 2 breaths here. Lifting through the chest. After your second exhale, release all the way down to the mat, tuck the toes under, lift back up through hands and knees, and then we'll find downward dog on the exhale. So that's a modified Chaturanga. Knees can drop at any point in time in your practice. Now this time going through a more full Chaturanga, engage your core, inhale, hinge forward, high plank. Couple breaths here in your high plank. Maintain that engagement, navel into spine. Now this time the more full version, knees stay up, inhale, hinge forward, shoulders past the wrists, exhale, lower halfway, pause here. Upward dog or low cobra on the inhale, pull the chest through, squeeze the shoulder blades. And on your exhale, downward dog, lift the hips and settle in. So that's our more full version of Chaturanga. You can also add on from there or subtract more, so whatever feels good for you. We're gonna go through 2 rounds of Sun A so you can help find your breath for class. So on your inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, exhale, step or jump to the front. Feet landing close together, halfway lift, inhale, fold, exhale. Inhale, circle sweep the arms high. Palms touch, folding through center on the exhale, hands back down towards the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Your Chaturanga, plant the hands, stepping or jumping back. If you jump back, land with the bend of your elbows, protect your shoulders. Upward dog or low cobra, inhale, your downward dog. Nice job, one more time through. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, exhale, step or jump to the front. Halfway lift, fold, exhale. Inhale, circle sweep the arms high. Once the palms touch, soften the knees and fold through, exhale. Hands down to the mat, halfway lift, inhale. Your Chaturanga, plant the hand, step or jump back. Beautiful. Upward dog or look over, inhale. Your downward dog on the exhale. Big, strong breath in. Big exhale. High feet together. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Squeeze it in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Brief little pause and touch. Inhale, length. Exhale, knee across to your left. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crescent lunge. Step it through. Put between the hands. Rise up. Feet hip distance apart. Settle in on your exhale. So take a few moments here. Find your stable base. Right knee stacked right on top of ankle. Lighten front toes. The feet are hip distance and the left heel is high, pressing your left hip forward. So feel that stability in your hips. Pinky fingers rotate in towards each other. Now all that strength in your base, we're gonna take eagle arms. Left arm underneath the right, cross wrap and twist at the elbows. Or if that doesn't feel good, grab for your shoulders today. If you have the bind, lift the elbows, find stability. And then we're gonna add a back bend. So start to lifting through the elbows, little bend to your back knee, tuck the hips to stabilize that lower body, and then start to lift up and back. Go to your depth, feel it out. Take 2 more breaths here. Feel the stability in your hips. And slowly come back to center. Once your torso is stable, release the arms high. And then warrior 2 on the exhale. Drop the back heel, open it up. Knees stacked on top of the front ankle. Nice, strong base. Feel the strength from the knife edge of your back foot all the way up to your left hip. Flip the front palm, inhale, reverse your warrior. Right arm reaching up and back. Left hand can come down your left thigh, or maybe start to half bind and grab behind your back for the front thigh. Now sink down to the front knee, extend your right arm, 1 more breath in. Chaturanga, exhale, hands down to the mat, cartwheel it down, move with your breath. So modify if you need to, or lift your right leg. Find your 3-legged chaturanga, upward dog, look over, inhale, and your downward dog on the exhale. Nice, step the feet together. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze and pause. Inhale, length. Exhale, knee to left, touch the elbow. Nice job, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee across to the right. Beautiful, inhale, lengthen. Crescent lunge, exhale, step it through. Stabilize your feet, hip distance apart, rise up, and settle in. Now feel that strength in your strong base. Knee on top of ankle, light front toes. Pinky fingers rocking in towards each other for your upper body. Shoulders right on top of the hips. Now keeping that strength in your base, right arm under left, eagle arms. Take your eagle arm. Now if this didn't feel good on the other side, you can take your shoulders. All right, now from here, adding your back bend. A little bend to your back knee, lower back, starts to release. Start to press up through the elbows and find your back bend. Gaze is your guide. 2 breaths. Strong in your hips. And then coming back to center. Once you're stable, release the arms high. Warrior 2 on the exhale. Drop the back heel, open it up. Find your strong base. Left knee starting to move towards the left knife edge of your foot. Straighten the back knife edge of your foot as well. Flip the palm, inhale, reverse your warrior. Left arm reaching up and back, maybe finding your half bind with the back arm. Reaching towards your front right thigh. Sink deep, inhale. Chaturanga on the exhale, hands down to the mat, move with your breath. Lift your left leg, beautiful, upper dog, look over, inhale. Your downward dog on the exhale. Take a deep breath in. Big exhale. Let's take a dolphin pose. Drop your elbows down. So dolphin is like a downward dog with the elbows down, so it might add some more intensity to your hamstrings, so play around with your lower base. Walk the toes in more if you want a little more. Then if you want to find a leg lift, maybe lift your right leg, a couple breaths, see what that feels like. Putting a little more weight to your shoulders, a couple hops, nice job. And then we'll bring that right leg down, same thing second side, just lift that left leg up. Maybe a hop or 2 if you got it. All right, back into your dolphin pose, both feet to the ground first. Come back up to your high plank. Big breath in. Chaturanga on the exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward dog, low cobra. And downward dog on the exhale. All right, feet together, inhale, right leg lifts. Crescent lunge, exhale, stepping through, right where we left off. Lift up. Now find that good, stable base. And then interlace hands at your lower back. We'll take a humble warrior, humble crescent. Draw the knuckles down, inhale, lift the chest, look up. And on your stable exhale, right shoulder tucks inside right knee or can rest on top of your right knee. Hands lifting off your lower back. Main thing to be mindful of is not letting that right hip press out past your right shoulder. Try to keep everything in alignment. If you want to play with your gaze, gaze can come towards your navel to add a little bit of a little challenge. Now, engage your core. Inhale, come all the way back to your crescent lunge. Both arms release high. And then your next exhale, fierce crescent. Arms forward, hinge the body forward. Your biceps frame the elbows, gaze forward. Moving into warrior three. Start to lighten up your back leg, transfer the weight forward. Beautiful. Take as many steps as you need to get up there. And then this is less of a back bend than our airplane pose. So bring the gaze forward, try not to look up too much. Biceps lifted by the ears. Hands can also come to your heart if that's too much. Take one more breath. Next exhale, land back in your crescent lunge. Nice, strong inhale. Warrior two on the exhale. Inhale, reverse. Chaturanga exhale, hands down to the mat, move with your breath. Lift the right leg, find your best version of Chaturanga, upward dog on the inhale, your downward dog on the exhale. Nice. And feet together, inhale, left leg lifts. Crescent lunge, exhale, stepping through. Plant the foot, stabilize your base, lift up and settle in. Feet hip distance apart, right heel is high, pressing right hip forward. All right, stable base. Let's interlace hands at your lower back, finding our way into our humble warrior second side. Interlace the knuckles, lift up, lift the chest, lift the gaze, feel the openness. And then on your exhale, come forward, find your humble crescent. Left shoulder either inside a left knee or on top of left knee. But be mindful of that left hip. Try not to let your left hip come outside of your left knee. Everything's in alignment. Gaze can slowly walk towards your navel for a little more balance. Now re-engage the core. Next inhale, come all the way back to your crescent lunge. Arms high, find your stable base. Beautiful inhale. Fierce crescent exhale, hinge the body forward, biceps frame the ears. Moving into your warrior three. Nice, lift up. Find your engagement, lift the biceps. One more breath. And stepping back down to your crescent lunge. Feet hip distance apart, arms high, breath in. Warrior two on the exhale. Drop the back heel, open it up. Feel that strength in your base. Strong in both feet. Front knee moving to your left. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Open up left side. Strong left arm. Inhale. Chaturanga exhale. Hands down to the mat. Cartwheel the hands. Move with your breath. Upward dog or low cobra on your inhale. Your downward dog exhale. Nice. Drop the elbows. Second set of dolphin pose. Now a little longer set in our second set. So you can come forward, maybe finding another set of your dolphin pose, or if you'd like to take a forearm stand, you can take your forearm stand. If you're in a room with a wall, you can turn your mat towards the wall and start to kick up towards the wall. Use the wall as your spotter. We have about 3 more breaths here. You can also take this into a supported headstand, a tripod headstand, so a lot of options for you. So wherever you're at, come back down, find your dolphin pose first. And then press back to your downward dog. Hands press up, release through the shoulders, take a deep breath in. Big exhale. All right, feet together. Inhale, right leg lifts. Lizard pose on the exhale. Step to the outside of the right pinky finger. Drop the left knee. And stay up on the hands for a couple breaths here. You can move forward and back, maybe move side to side. So feel a little bit of movement into the hips and into the upper body. So starting to create that synovial fluid or continue that synovial fluid movement. Now if you want to stay up on the hands, go right ahead, or if you want to come down to your elbows, come down to your elbows. Find a little more depth. We have about 10 more seconds here. And you can continue the movement too. Once you find your depth, find some more movement. Beautiful breath. Now pause with your movement, come back up to your hands first. So let's reestablish our shoulder engagement. Press your hand to the mat, feel your upper back engage. Now lift your back knee, beautiful, hang out here. All right, 3-legged dog. Inhale, right leg lifts high. Bend the knee, open up, half scorpion. You can stay here or flip your dog if you're flipping your dog. Feet land about hip distance apart, hips lift. Free arm is reaching to the front of your room. Nice. Now let's flip it back, right hand down, right leg high on the inhale. Then step between the hands, left foot follows, forward fold, top of the mat. Feet together, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle sweep the arms high. We'll pause, hands at heart center. So finding a nice strong Tadasana, hands at Anjali Mudra. Now inhale, lift your left knee up to hip height, one-legged Tadasana. Left knee lifts up, pausing here. Knee in line with the hip, ankle underneath, toe lifted up. Strong breath in. Dekasana airplane on the exhale. Let that left leg sweep back with the arms. So finding our way into our airplane pose, this is a back bend. So find a lift to the chest. Strong back leg. Next exhale, open up half moon. Stack your left hip on top of your right. Open up through the arms. You can bring your hand down to a water bottle, or if you have a block in your possession, or maybe down to the mat. But try to keep that left leg lifted, toes flexed back. Take one more breath here. Standing splits on the exhale. Right hand coming down first, and the left hand. Keep the left leg lifted and engaged. If you want to deepen this forward fold, right hand wraps around the right calf, bring your forehead towards your knee. And if you have a handstand practice, you can practice handstands. Hands to the mat, maybe gentle rock forward and back. 2 more breaths wherever you're at. Keep that lifted left leg. And then release, forward fold, feet to the ground. Beautiful, halfway lift, inhale. Fold, exhale. Inhale, circle sweep the arms high. Let's get the head above the heart. Palms touch, fold through center on the exhale. Hands down all the way towards the mat. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, plant the hands, step or jump back, move with your breath. Upward dog or low cobra on your inhale, and then downward dog, exhale. Nice, feet step together, inhale, left leg lifts. Lizard pose on the exhale, step to the outside of your left pinky finger, drop the right knee. Take a few moments here. You can stay up on the hands and find movement, moving your synovial fluid around, forward and back movement, side to side movement. And if you want to make that journey down to your elbows, one elbow at a time, find your depth. Find your breath. Continue the movement if you want to, forward and back, side to sides, whatever feels good for you. 2 more breaths. All right, now if you're still moving, pause here in center. One hand at a time, press back up to your hands. Now you can come back and engage the shoulders. Pressing into the hands, feel the shoulder girdle engage. Lift the back knee up, find more engagement. Inhale, left leg lifts high. Let's bend the knee, open up, half scorpion. Stay or flip your dog. Feet landing hip distance. That free arm is reaching to the front of the room. Press up through the hips. Strong base. All right, flip it back. Left hand down, left leg high, inhale. Step between the hands, right foot follows, forward fold, both feet together, top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Hands at heart center, pause here. Next inhale, right knee comes into the chest, one-legged Tadasana. Knee in line with the hip, ankle underneath, toes pulled up. Find your stability in your one-legged Tadasana. Deep breath in. Dekasana airplane, right leg sweeps back with the arms. Full extension of all 3 of those limbs. Feel your upper back engage, peeling the chest open. Now keeping that openness, half moon. Rotate on your left hip, stack your right hip on top of left, flex your right toes back towards your nose. This is that place for a block or water bottle under your left hand or hand down to the mat. 2 more breaths. Try to keep that back heel lifted. Standing splits on your next exhale. Left hand comes to the mat first to stabilize the hips, then the right hand comes down. Try to keep your right leg lifted as much as you can. Deepening this pose, left hand wraps around left calf, forehead towards the knee, or if you took your handstand hops, move there. Couple more breaths. Inhale. Forward fold, feet together, top of the mat. Now let's separate our feet hip distance apart. If you need to measure hip distance, 2 fists side by side, inner arches. Padagustasana, peace fingers wrap around the big toes. Palms face in towards each other. Couple rounds of breath here. Halfway lift, inhale, create some space. On the exhale, straighten your legs, move into that space. Do that 2 more times. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen. Fold, exhale. 1 more time, inhale. Exhale, fold. And release the toes. Bring the feet back together. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold, exhale. Inhale, sweep the arms high, head above the heart. Palms touch, fold through center on the exhale. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, plant the hands, step or jump back. Move with your breath. Upward dog, inhale, low cobra, downward dog, exhale. Nice. Now continuing our hip journey, step the feet together. Inhale, right leg lifts high. Exhale, half pigeon. Step your right knee to the outside of your right wrist. Right toes behind your left wrist. And then hands onto the mat. Left leg extends long behind you. So this is step one. If you're feeling good, stay up. Find some breath. If you're ready, come on down. If you have a block and you want to use your block underneath your right hip, you can slide your block underneath your right hip. And if that just does not feel good, you can also take this on your back as a reclined half pigeon, coming onto your back, fingers interlacing on the back of your left hamstring and placing your right elbow into your right thigh. Now we have about 20 more seconds here, so you have some time to settle in. If you at home have a half pigeon or king pigeon or a mermaid practice, you're welcome to practice that there. We'll probably do some tutorial videos later on how to do that. But whether you're going or staying, you got 10 more seconds. Find your breath. Now hands come underneath the shoulders. We're gonna slowly press ourselves back up. Curl your back toes under. We're gonna come to three-legged dog. So on your inhale, lift the right leg high. Take a few times here. Might take a few breaths. Open and close the right hip. Feel a little movement. And then downward dog. Both feet back down to the ground. And then we'll take our second side. Feet together. Left leg lifts on the inhale. Half pigeon exhale. Left knee behind left wrist. Left toes behind right wrist. Remember your options. Taking this on your back or placing your block underneath your left hip. Start with the hands underneath the body, lifting through the chest. And then when you're ready, slowly start to find your way down. So whether coming down to your hands, elbows, or all the way to your chest, find the depth that feels best for you. If you need to slide a block or take this on your back, move there. If you did choose to move into a deeper variation, you've got a little bit of time, about maybe 15 more seconds left. Honor your practice, go where you know. Stay with your breath. All right, now one hand at a time, start to press yourself back up. You're coming out of this slowly. So reestablish your base, curl your back toes under, your right toes under. Lift the left leg when you're ready. Take your time, it's a big transition. Open and close your hip, get some movement back into that left knee. And then release the foot, downward dog. Big breath in. Exhale. All right, let's come on down to your knees. Gonna make our way onto our back, so you can grab some water on your journey onto your back. But then just coming onto your back, head towards the back of the room, feet towards the front, knees drawn to your chest. And we'll take some sacrum circles. They can be big, dramatic sacrum circles. They can be very small sacrum circles, whatever feels good for your lower back. Couple one way. And then if you want, on the second side as well, just make sure we're evened off, hit it in the other direction. Now pause here in center, let's release the feet to the mat. We'll set it for 2 bridges or 2 wheels, one of each, whatever set you want to do. We'll start with bridge pose. So starting with the feet hip distance apart, heels close enough to the glutes that you can touch them with the fingertips. And then hands down by the sides, exhale. And on your next inhale, press into the heels and lift the hips. So we're just lifting the hips off the ground. Shoulders bear the weight, no weight into your neck. Now if you have healthy shoulders and you want to interlace your hands at your lower back and find a shoulder wrench, you can. As you interlace the fingers, draw your knuckles towards your heels and shoulders underneath one at a time. Just keep lifted through the hips. 2 more breaths here. Now if you have the bind, release the bind first. And then on your next exhale, lower the hips down to the ground. As soon as the lower back touches, Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet touch, knees open wide. You can have a hand on the heart, hand on the belly, or whatever hand placement feels right for your practice. And if your hands are on your body somewhere, feel the breath enter and leave. All right, second set, last set of our back bend. So bridge or wheel. Bridge we just did. You can take a second set of that if you'd like. Wheel pose, knees hip distance. Hands come up over by the ears, fingers point towards your shoulders. Exhale. Inhale, hips lift first. On the exhale, slowly lift your shoulders, find your way to your full back bend. And then about 10 seconds here, 3 big rounds of breath. So if you want to add intensity, you can press through the heels and press your shoulders past your wrists. Nice, we got one more breath. Then slowly lower down, shoulders first for your full wheels, hips last. And then we'll take Supta Baddha Konasana, second set. You can have opposite hand on heart, opposite hand on belly, whatever combination feels good. Stay with your breath. And then bring the hands to the outside of the knees, slowly draw the knees back together. Draw the knees into your chest. Keep our right knee in the chest. Let your left leg fall long onto the mat. Wind moving pose, all 10 fingers interlaced on the right shin, just below the kneecap. And then we're going to draw the right knee around the ribs and in towards that right shoulder. So that's our roadmap we're taking. A few rounds of breath here. Feel the left leg lengthen on the inhale, and feel that right leg squeeze towards the right shoulder on the exhale. All right, final spinal twist. Left hand will guide the right knee across the body. Right arm can extend out long towards your side. And if there's a different twist you'd like to take and finalize your practice, please honor your practice. Modify, intensify as you need to. Try to keep your right shoulder planted down though. Sometimes we over twist and lose the twist. Take one more breath. And then come back to center. Square the hips, squeeze the right knee in towards that right shoulder. And then release right leg long, just to switch sides. As soon as that right leg is long, extend. Bring the left knee in. All 10 fingers on the left knee. Same roadmap around the ribs and in towards that left shoulder. Feel the right leg lengthen on the inhale, squeeze through your left knee on the exhale. And then we'll find our final spinal twist. Right hand will guide the left knee across the body. Left arm can extend out long. Try to keep your left shoulder planted down. Feel your breath. The next inhale, change. Slowly come back to center. Hips are square, squeeze your left knee in. And then we'll draw the right knee in next to it, both knees into the chest. These are our final few moments of class. If you want to set a mantra for your final moments of class, or there's any other poses that you need, honor your practice. And when you're ready, move into your final shavasana, extending the arms and legs. Arms down by the sides, palms facing up. And start to find your way back into a more natural breath. Thank you so much for allowing us to be here virtually in your homes, guiding you through your practice. Have an amazing rest of your day. Namaste.